Hello and welcome everyone. It is Thursday, March 29th, 2018. Yesterday was New Comics Day, best day of the week. Couldn't get a video out yesterday. I had to work last night, so I am putting one out this morning. I got some really good books out this week and some big news about some books coming down the road. So stay tuned, because throughout my video I'm going to be putting some images on the screen and talking about some books that you're going to want to get pre-ordered. So yeah, before I get going on that though, I want to give a quick shout out to We Love Comics. I've got a cool YouTube channel. Watched a few of the videos over this last week and got some really good videos on there. So yeah, the link below in my comments, check them out and sub them up if you haven't. So I just want to start out with some books that I picked up over the last week. I showed this Cable 155 in my last video. It's got the first appearance of that new character, Metis. I'm going to show a quick image here before we get going, but I got the regular one here, and there's so this character kind of shows up, cyborg kind of creature thing shows up, and first appearance in that book. So good one to get. It's cover price. Can't go wrong getting it at cover price. You never know where it's going to go. I don't know. I don't have any obviously insight into it other than it's a new character, and talking about. Got the New Mutants cover here. It's seeing that one will be in a little bit more, not a ton more, but you're pretty much getting them at cover price. So, and talking about New Mutants, I don't know. It looks like they just delayed that movie again because they're reshooting half the movie. So, I guess it sucks ass, but we'll see what happens with it. Picked up Marvel Tales 138. Got a really nice high grade copy of that, which is the first appearance, or sorry, the first reprint of the very first Amazing Spider-Man #1. So I'm glad to find that. Got Marvel Tales 137, which is a reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15, which is on my list. I'm going to try and hunt one of those down one of these days, but that's obviously first appearance of Spider-Man. Got a really nice copy of Marvel Spotlight #2, which is the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. And it's one of these square-bound Marvel books, what you usually get all rolled and tears and chips and everything out of it, but it's in really nice shape. Got nice square edges all the way around. Got a little bit of color up at the bottom and the middle here, but overall it's a pretty high grade copy. Or not high grade, but it's like a VF plus kind of range, so I'm pretty happy to get that one. And last but definitely not least, one of my first subscribers, Gno B Nino, went to a Comic-Con in North Carolina in just a few weeks ago. And while he was there, he got me a signed copy of Thanos #16, signed by Geoff Shaw, the artist. And he sent me an image of, he took a picture of Geoff Shaw signing the actual book, which is what he sent me, so that's really cool. So yeah, I got, I don't know if you can see that there, but Geoff Shaw signed right on Thanos' hand, so that was really kind of him to do that. And that's the great thing about being part of this community. You know, we you know, I talk to a lot of people, and you know, the people do stuff like this. It's just so cool. So thanks again, Gino. It was really kind of you, and really appreciate it. That's definitely staying in my collection. That is not going anywhere. I mean, I haven't sold any of my books, but that's one they're really going to cherish. So thank you so much. And while I'm on the topic of Donny Cates and Thanos and whatnot, I'm going to put an image on the screen for Redneck #12, the cover B, which comes out next month. Going to want to get that pre-ordered because it's a parody of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. The print run of Redneck is not huge, and that's going to be a hot book, so I would recommend you pick that one up. I've got mine pre-ordered already. The final order cutoff for that will be pretty soon, so if you want that one and you want to pay cover price for it, get into your shop and order that one up. And the second one from that Donny Cates is involved in is Death of Inhumans, which comes out in July. There's an image of that on the screen. I'm not sure if that's a one-shot or if that's going to be a mini-series, but that's another one to look for from him coming up in the months ahead. And interesting, I follow him on Twitter, and he's put out a couple messages over the last few months. He put one out about a month ago, and another one yesterday, where he's got some secret meetings going on. And I mean, it could be him just pumping stuff up, but he's apparently in talks with somebody in LA. So I don't know if it's another book he's working on, or if it's possibly a movie, or you know, in talks with a studio or something. So there's something coming from him. He's going to announce it fairly soon. So once that's once I hear what that is, I'll let you know. But if it's one of his books, like God Country or Redneck or even Cosmic Ghost Rider or something, I'll let you know. But we'll see. I doubt it would be Cosmic Ghost Rider because that'll be Marvel's property. So anyways, really cool book from Gino there. Going to start out with some Cyberforce, well, this is an image title, but Cyberforce is the first one I got here. Cover A on the left and cover B on the right. That's a reboot of a 90s title, and I didn't like it back then. I picked up just because it's #1, and we'll see where it goes, but I don't know. I don't have high hopes for it. So, and Hit Girl #2 was out yesterday, so I grabbed that one. Mark Millar, he's a great writer. Really like his stuff. That's it from Image. Picked up Shadow Man #1 from Valiant. Haven't bought a lot of Valiant stuff, but I read that back in the day, and I can't remember when this came out, if it was late 80s or in the 90s, but they're kind of rebooting that, so I like Shadow Man, so see where that goes. I grabbed G.I. Joe #250. I got the A and the B cover. There's a ton of variants for this one. I wasn't going to go crazy and buy all those, but it's supposed to be the first appearance of the new Snake Eyes and that, so that's a good one to get. Recommend you grab that one. And last but not least for independents is a title called Factory by Titan Comics. Now this one is promoted as a combination of Mad Max and Fallout 4. Looks a lot like Fallout 4 with the helmets, because I'm a huge Fallout 4 fan, so, and Mad Max fan, so that's why I had to buy it. But so there's 2 covers for that, and it actually was published in 2007. It was a French comic book, and they republished it now with obviously English titles and stuff in it. So I looked through it. The artwork's not the greatest, but I like the story, and I love that dystopian future kind of stuff, so grab that one. Recommend that one if you're into that kind of, if you like Mad Max and Fallout 4 and stuff, so that's a good one. Anyways, going to start with some Marvel stuff. Where did I put it here? I got a bunch of reprints. I got 794 third printing, got a copy of that. Got another 796 second printing. And I also got Avengers No Surrender. That's a reprint of 682, which was the first appearance of the Immortal Hulk at the back, and that's the image from the back of the book. So that's a cool looking book. I like that one. As far as books out yesterday, I got Old Man Logan 37. I'm loving that storyline. That's really good. And they got Bullseye in this one, which I like that character. Scarlet Spider #16. That's Damnation storyline. That's continuation of that. I'm liking that storyline. Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider #1. That was out, and that's part of that Damnation storyline. I think that's just a one-shot. Daredevil 600 was out, so I grabbed, and again, there's a ton of variants for Daredevil. I grabbed a couple of variants. I got the regular, I got the Thor variant, and then I got the, this one's an honorable mention, I got the Shield variant. That's a 1 for 10. So if you can get that at cover price, pick that one up, because that's it's a milestone issue, and it's a limited variant, so that's a good one to get. So that's that one. I grabbed, the last one I got from Marvel was Avengers No Surrender 686. I got the regular, and again I got the, this is another 1 for 10 limited variant, so if you can get that one, grab that one as well. That's a good one to get. Get it for cover, don't overpay for it, but that's a really good one to get. So while we're on the topic of Avengers, got some news about them coming up, so I want to talk real quick. I know these are old. This is 676 and 679. 679 was the first full appearance of the Challenger. 676 was technically his first appearance, but just his voice only in that book. So they're both good ones to get. And this is the reprint of 679, and that's the image from inside 679. Now, the reason this is a big deal is the Challenger is one of Marvel Universe's elders. So technically, he was the first Grandmaster. Now, he took the moniker the Grandmaster before Endwigast, who was played by Jeff Goldblum in Thor Ragnarok, took the moniker. And what happened was these two got into a challenge, and he was the loser in that challenge. He got banished, and once he was banished, Endwigast took over the moniker the Grandmaster. So now that he's back in the fold in the Marvel Universe, that's a pretty big deal, because now obviously he has a bit of a hate on for Grandmaster. And at the end of this book, I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end of 686, but you got to read it, it's good. So And the other elders that we know about are the Collector, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, played by Benicio del Toro. And we had Ego the Living Planet in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which was played by Kurt Russell. So it's a good chance that he's going to show. He's a cool character, and if you haven't, so I guess my whole point of this is if you haven't got 676 and 679, I highly recommend you pick those up, because down the road, if he ever shows up in a movie, which is a big possibility, that one's going to go through the roof. So, and talking about Avengers, I'm going to put an image on the screen here. It's for Avengers Infinity Wars. And you can see you've got Thanos and Loki, and you got Guardians of the Galaxy, and there's this hooded character in the back, which to me kind of reminds me of Doctor Doom. So I don't know if they're bringing Doctor Doom, and this is their way of bringing the Fantastic Four back into the fold. But it also's got the Infinity symbol. Obviously, it's Infinity Wars, but it's got the Infinity symbol on the hood there. So is that potentially Omnipotentus, who's got the Infinity symbol on his chest? I don't know. Who knows? But that's going to be a good one to look for as well. So, yeah, but these are some... If you haven't got Avengers No Surrender 676 or 679, I highly recommend you pick those up, because those are going to be some good books to get down the road. Or some good... That character's going to go somewhere down the road, I should say. Next up, we got some DC. Got Shade the Changing Woman, #1. Grabbed it because it's #1. Demon Hell is Earth #5. I'm liking that series, and that's a 6-issue miniseries. Got Detective Comics 977. Got the A and the B cover, so that's a good one. I'm liking that series. Then we get Teen Titans #18. So I haven't been doing Teen Titans all the way through. I bought Teen Titans #12, which was, as a lot of you know, was the first full appearance of Batman Who Laughs. And then this series was supposed to be ending. It hasn't really been all that great. I read this one as that's okay. But the big news with this one is, and I have to give a shout out to Chris Elf, one of my subscribers sent me a link to this. Issue #20, a new creative team takes over. So they're not canceling it. They're going to continue on with a new creative team. And in issue #20, in that issue, Robin recruits Kid Flash and Red Arrow, as well as 3 new characters. So you're having 3 new characters introduced in that. In #20, so it's going to be Jin, Roundhouse, and the big one is Crush, who is the daughter of Lobo. So Lobo's daughter makes her first full appearance in Teen Titans #20, along with those other 2 characters who knows where they're going to go. So that is a book you're going to want to get pre-ordered. That comes out in June, and I've got 5 copies pre-ordered. So I highly recommend you get into your comic shop and pre-order that comic. The print run on that for an issue #17 was roughly 28,000, so it's not a huge print run on that. It is a, you know, it's a lower end print run, that's for sure. It's not like a Batman 100,000 anything. So get that one on order. That's going to be a good one. And while we're talking about DC, we'll keep going here. We got Dark Knight's Metal #6. That's your regular foil cover. You've got your, there's 3 variants. I'm not sure which one's BC or DC. You got that one. You got Batman Who Laughs cover. And then you got the Jim Lee variant. That's a wicked looking cover. I got all the covers for each issue. So, and this is a great, this is one of my, this is an honorable mention. This story is awesome. In this issue, the Batman Who Laughs and Batman get into a fight. And a 3rd person joins the fight. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's really good. It's a good, and then the end of this book leads right into Justice League, which is so here's some news about Justice League. So there's Justice League No Justice comes out in May. That's a 4-issue weekly miniseries. So it's like Avengers No Surrender. It's going to have an issue every week. So for 4 issues, there's going to have that miniseries, and then that's going to lead into 3 new Justice League titles, which come out June, July. You're going to have Justice League Dark, and Justice League Odyssey. And you're going to see an image on the screen for Justice League Odyssey now. And that's interesting because Darkseid is actually joining the Justice League. So you're going to have Darkseid joining Batman and everybody else in Justice League. So that looks really, really cool. I highly recommend you order that one. That comes out in June. I have to see where that's going, because apparently there's something in that book that the reason why he's joining is going to be kind of interesting. So, and my pick of the week this week is Doomsday Clock #5. 4 finally came out. And, you know, I love this series, but dragging it out to 2 months between issues, that's just way too long. But anyways, this is a good one because it's the origin of the new Rorschach in this book. So you've got the origin of the new Rorschach. And you got to pay attention to what happens in these books. You've also got Mr. Freeze shows up in just a couple panels. He walks, so Rorschach's in prison in Arkham Asylum, and he walks by Mr. Freeze. So why they're showing Mr. Freeze, I don't know, but obviously he's going to have a role to play in the future. And also Jane Doe, who is turns out to be Saturn Girl, makes an appearance in this book as well. So there's some interesting stuff happening in this series. Love that series. It's a great series. So that one is my pick of the week. Couple more things coming down the road. Batman 45, the cover B is going to be a Jim Lee cover, so I highly recommend you get that one. Doomsday Clock number 5, the next issue, that's going to have a Joker cover on it, so that's going to be a sweet cover. There is, what else we got? Oh yeah, Flash 46. Matina's doing a couple covers for DC. So Flash number 46, the B cover, you're going to see an image on the screen. That's a sweet looking cover. I've already got that ordered. And Suicide Squad number 40, the B cover, he's doing that cover as well. So again, there's an image on the screen for that one. So that looks really, really good. There's a couple titles there you're going to want. There's one other one. What the hell was it? Shit, I can't remember. Anyways, Spider-Man 798 comes out next week. Don't forget about that one. That is going to be the first appearance of the Red Goblin. But interesting, you know, all the way through where I thought it was going to be Norman Osborn, and there's been rumors that it wasn't Norman Osborn. And then I saw a Clayton Crane cover showing the Red Goblin on his glider and the Green Goblin on his glider fighting Spider-Man. So does that mean somebody else? Are they just throwing that out there to screw people up? Or is it actually going to have somebody else as the Red Goblin? I don't know. It could be Ned Leeds, who showed up in the annual. Could be Urich, who had his heart ripped out apparently by Norman Osborn at the end of oh geez, what issue was that? 797, I think. There was in the middle of that one. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but that comes out next week, so we'll all find out then. That's it for this week, folks. A lot of good books coming out. Yeah, so anyways, take care, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye for now.